Welcome to True Unseen Crime, where shadows speak and silence is rarely innocent. On this channel, we uncover stories buried beneath fear, loyalty, betrayal, and cold deception. If you enjoy gripping true crime stories with twists, emotion, and suspense, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a case. Now, let's get into today's story.
By morning, she acted as if nothing happened. Jake relayed everything to Lena. She was already cross-referencing the voices from the recordings with AI audio comparison software, and one match came back with 94% certainty. It was Elaine. The chilling part? Lena also found a sealed court case buried deep in Mecklenburg County's archives. 32 years ago, a woman named Shirley Danvers, a secretary at Fletcher & Sons, had filed a police report accusing Walter and Elaine Fletcher of embezzlement and document falsification. The case was dismissed due to lack of evidence. Shirley disappeared 1 month later. Her body was never found. Lena dug further and unearthed a disturbing link. The Fletchers' estate, as charming as it was, used to be an old orchard with unmarked family burial plots from the 1800s. Walter had always refused to allow digging or construction behind the property's west end. Even after multiple developers made offers, he shut them down. Jake began to suspect that the secret Elaine was guarding didn't begin with money. It began with murder. He checked the attic again, going through the remaining USBs from the box. One file was an encrypted video diary dated 10 years ago. After hours of decoding, it played. It was Walter, pale, sweating, alone in his study. "If you're watching this, I'm probably dead. Or worse, still breathing but silenced. I made a mistake, a deal I couldn't take back. Elaine said we'd be ruined if the truth came out, so we did what had to be done. I didn't kill Shirley, but I watched her die. I let it happen." Jake paused the video. His father had confessed, on camera. The same man everyone hailed as a pillar of virtue had buried a secret under layers of family respectability. And Caleb? He wasn't just power-hungry. He knew. Because at the end of the video, Walter said one more thing. "I caught Caleb with the ledger. I saw the name he circled in red last. It wasn't Jake. It was me." The next morning, Jake was called into the main office of Fletcher & Sons. Caleb sat at the head of the long walnut boardroom table, flanked by two unfamiliar faces, men in tailored suits, each with the polite stiffness of men trained to listen more than they speak. "This is Mr. Briggs and Mr. Keller," Caleb said smoothly. "Consultants, helping us restructure Post-Dad's episode." Jake nodded slowly, instantly alert. He recognized the type, likely former federal. One had the telltale earpiece coil barely tucked under his collar. They weren't consultants. "Jake, we'd like your input on transferring ownership of the Asheville plant," Caleb continued, sliding over a stack of legal documents. "We believe you'll find this agreeable." Jake glanced at the paperwork. It was a trap. Hidden between legal jargon was a clause that would forfeit his rights under Walter's revised will, effectively giving Caleb full control. Jake leaned back, calm. "I'll have my attorney look it over." Caleb's smile tightened. But what Jake didn't know until that night was that someone inside the company had been watching out for him. Later that evening, Jake received a burner text. "You don't know me, but I know what Caleb's done. Meet me at Tanglewood Storage, Unit 143, 9 p.m. Come alone." He hesitated, then went. Inside the dimly lit unit stood Nina, a 24-year-old administrative assistant from the company's finance department. She looked terrified. "I used to scan in Walter's contracts," she whispered. "A year ago, I saw one come through that didn't make sense. It had Walter's signature, but I knew it wasn't his. I was about to report it when Caleb called me into his office, said he'd found discrepancies in my work. He offered to bury it if I kept my mouth shut." "Why come to me?" Jake asked. "Because 2 weeks ago, Walter tried to contact me," Nina said. "He left me a voicemail, slurred but clear enough. He said, 'Tell Jake, Ledger, it's in the attic. Don't trust them.'" Jake froze. Walter had known what was coming. And now someone else did too. Nina handed him a flash drive. I copied the surveillance footage from the office. You'll want to see who really visited your father before the stroke. Jake waited until he got back to his motel to plug in the flash drive. The room was dim, the buzz of a flickering light above barely masking the pulse pounding in his ears. He opened the folder labeled Serve Foot March 21st. There were 3 files. He skipped to the final one, dated the night before Walter's stroke. The grainy footage showed the side entrance to Fletcher and Son's downtown office. Time-stamped at 11:42 p.m., someone in a trench coat and baseball cap entered using Walter's master keycard. The camera caught a glimpse of their face as they looked back, Elaine. But what shocked Jake wasn't that she was there. It was who walked in behind her. Dr. Eric Langston, Walter's personal physician, longtime family friend, trusted, respected. Jake's heart sank. The same doctor who declared Walter's stroke sudden and natural. This wasn't just a betrayal, it was orchestration. He sent the footage to Lena, who responded instantly. That's medical fraud and conspiracy. We can move now, but we need to be surgical. Lena looped in an active contact at the DOJ, but Jake wasn't done yet. He went back to Nina the next day. What else do you know? Nina hesitated, then whispered, There's another ledger. One Walter didn't know about. I saw Caleb stash it in the wine cellar vault last month. That night, Jake broke into the cellar. This time with Lena tailing from a surveillance van 2 blocks away. Inside the vault, he found a black leather book. No names, just bank codes, offshore accounts, withdrawals, deposits, and a name listed repeatedly under coded initials, MH. If you're still with us, brave listener, thank you for joining us on this harrowing descent. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who thinks they've heard it all. This is true unseen crime, where the truth is rarely pure and never simple.